Family and adventure continue. The cave was calm, bathed in the soft silver light of Valoria's twin moons. Liam sat between the mother fox and her baby, a small fire casting warm shadows on the glowing walls. The mother had fully accepted him, and the baby now chirped happily, exploring the area without fear. For the first time, Liam felt a deep sense of belonging on this alien world. The events of the past days had tested all of them. Predators, treacherous terrain, and the constant uncertainty of the unknown had pushed Liam to his limits. But through courage, intelligence, and compassion, he had earned the trust of the alien mother. They were no longer two species separated. By fear, they were a family united by mutual care and respect. Liam gently brushed the baby's shimmering fur. "You're safe now," he said softly. "We'll face everything together." The baby chirped happily, nuzzling his chest, and the mother gave a soft, approving hum. Outside, the glowing forest of Valoria stretched endlessly. Strange plants glimmered in the night, and distant calls of unknown creatures echoed across the young. Canyons. Liam knew that danger was never far away. Yet for the first time, he did not feel alone. He had allies, not just the baby and the mother, but the strength of human ingenuity and bravery that had guided them through every challenge. As they prepared to leave the cave, Liam looked at the horizon. The planet was beautiful, but wild. Every ridge and canyon could hide a predator. Every shimmering plant could conceal danger. Yet he felt confident. Humans had faced the impossible countless times before, and today had proved that even in a world so different, courage, intelligence, and heart could prevail. The mother led the way down the rocky path, her baby following closely. Liam stayed at her side, guiding them safely around unstable rocks and hidden pitfalls. The trio moved as one unusual family, yes, but strong. Resilient and united. Along the way, Liam discovered a small stream glowing with bioluminescent algae. The water was safe to drink, and he carefully helped the baby take its first sip. The mother watched approvingly, nudging the baby toward him. Liam smiled. These small moments, feeding, guiding, protecting, were what truly built trust. As they reached the edge of a wide canyon, Liam paused. The wind carried the distant sounds of predators, but he was ready. He had learned Valoria's patterns, studied its dangers, and understood the importance of careful planning. Humans were not the fastest, nor the strongest, but they were clever, adaptive, and capable of forming bonds that bridged worlds. The mother looked at him, her eyes reflecting gratitude and understanding. Liam nodded gently. Together, they would face whatever challenges this planet could throw at them, and they would do it as a family. Night deepened, and the twin moons cast long shadows across the canyon floor. Liam, the mother, and the baby fox paused on a ledge, looking out over the alien landscape. It was vast, mysterious, and filled with dangers, but also possibilities. Adventure awaited, and together they were ready. "You see?" Liam whispered softly, more to himself than anyone else. "Humans can make a difference. We can protect, we can care, and we can survive no matter the world." The mother's soft hum seemed to agree, and the baby chirped again, playful and full of life. Liam knew that they had formed something rare, a bond across species, a new family built on trust, courage, and understanding. The horizon was filled with shadows and light, promise and danger. But the trio moved forward, side by side, ready to explore the mysteries of Valoria and face every challenge as one. In that glowing alien world, under the light of twin moons, a human had proven the essence of HFY, not by dominance, not by sheer power, but by heart, intelligence, and bravery. He had saved a life, earned trust, and gained family. The adventure would continue. The challenges would come, but the bond was unbreakable. Humans could rise to any challenge, and sometimes across the stars. They could even find family in the most unexpected places. And so, Liam, the mother fox, and the baby moved forward together, ready for the next chapter of their extraordinary journey. The days on Veloria had grown calmer, but Liam knew peace was fragile. The canyon winds carried whispers of danger, and predators often roamed near the glowing cave. Humans thrived on challenge, and Liam's adaptability would soon be tested in a way he had not expected. It began with a low rumble, shaking the cave entrance. Dust and small stones tumbled down the ledges, startling the baby fox. The mother immediately stepped forward, curling around her child protectively. Liam's instincts kicked in. He lifted the baby into his arms and scanned the surrounding area. Through the cave entrance, Liam saw the three large, predatory creatures stalking closer. Their dark scales glimmered in the faint light, and their glowing eyes were locked on the baby. They were faster, stronger, and clearly dangerous. Without hesitation, Liam acted. He led the mother and baby deeper into the cave, moving quickly but carefully. "Stay close, both of you," he whispered. "We can outsmart them." The predators advanced, snapping their jaws and hissing. Liam's mind raced. He could not rely on brute strength alone. Veloria's creatures were stronger than him, but humans had something unique ingenuity. He spotted a narrow tunnel that led to a higher ledge. It was risky, but it might give them an advantage. "Follow me," he called, guiding the mother and baby. The mother hesitated for only a moment, then trusted him, moving swiftly beside him. The baby clung to her, safe between them. As they climbed, Liam noticed a loose rock above the tunnel entrance. An idea formed. He nudged the rock carefully with his foot, and it tumbled down toward the predators. The sudden crash startled them, slowing their approach. The mother growled softly in warning, ready to defend her child if needed. Liam led them through the tunnel, using the terrain to their advantage. Small ledges and narrow pathways made it impossible for the predators to follow easily. Liam guided the mother and baby with calm, confident movements, showing that humans could face danger not through strength, but through cleverness. The predators tried to navigate the tunnel, but grew frustrated. Liam whispered to the mother, "Just a little further. Stay calm." The baby whimpered, and she nudged it gently, reassuring the little one. Finally, they reached a higher ledge with a small overhang. Liam carefully set the baby down, keeping one hand ready to lift it at a moment's notice. The predators could not reach them here, trapped by the narrow climb and uneven terrain. The mother stood protectively before her child, glancing at Liam. Her eyes reflected admiration. He had not only saved them from immediate danger, but had done so without aggression, using intelligence, strategy, and courage. The predators hissed and clawed at the rocks below, but Liam and the mother had outsmarted them. Liam smiled faintly. "We made it," he whispered. The baby chirped, sensing safety. The mother stepped closer to Liam, her fur brushing his arm lightly. It was a silent acknowledgement of respect. She had seen what humans could do, not just fight or survive, but think, plan, and protect with heart. For the first time, Liam felt that the bond between human and alien family was unbreakable. They were not just two species sharing space. They were a team, facing danger together. Hours later, the predators had left, retreating into the canyon. The mother finally allowed Liam to approach closer. The baby climbed onto his chest, purring softly. Liam felt the weight of responsibility, but also the strength of trust. Humans thrived in challenges, and today they had proven it again. "See? Together we can face anything," Liam said softly. The mother's ears twitched in acknowledgement. It was a small gesture, but one filled with meaning. Trust had been tested, and humans had passed. As the twin moons of Veloria rose, casting silver light into the cave, Liam sat with the mother and baby. The danger was gone, but the lesson remained. Humans might not be the strongest, but they were clever, brave, and capable of forming bonds that transcended worlds. The test had ended, but it had also strengthened their connection. The mother now fully recognized Liam not just as a helper, but as a protector and companion. And the baby, sensing the safety and warmth, snuggled against him, completing the fragile but growing family unit. The adventure on Valoria was far from over. But for now, Liam had proven that humans, with courage and intelligence, could meet the impossible and win not through brute force, but through heart and mind. The bond between human and alien family had passed its first trial, and it would only grow stronger as new challenges arose. The mother's decision, the cave was calm now, with only the soft hum of glowing plants filling the air. Liam sat with the baby fox in his arms, and the mother watched quietly nearby. The events of the day had tested them all: predators, treacherous terrain, and the uncertainty of trust. Yet, through it all, Liam had proven something vital. Humans could face danger with courage, intelligence, and heart. The mother padded closer, her golden eyes fixed on him. She moved deliberately, each step measured, assessing his every reaction. Liam remained still, keeping the baby safe in his arms and showing no sudden movements. Finally, she stopped a few feet away and lowered her head to sniff the air around him. Her ears twitched, her gaze shifting to the baby. Liam understood immediately. She was deciding whether he belonged in their world. He spoke softly, his voice calm. "I will protect your baby. I will not harm either of you. I promise." The mother's eyes narrowed, not in anger but in scrutiny. She studied him for several minutes, circling slowly around the cave. Liam remained patient. Humans had always known that trust could not be rushed. It had to be earned, moment by moment. The baby fox chirped softly, looking up at Liam with wide, trusting eyes. The mother's tail flicked lightly, a subtle gesture, as if acknowledging the bond that had already formed. But she was not yet convinced. Sudden gust of wind swept through the cave entrance, carrying the scent of distant predators. The mother stiffened, her instincts alert. Liam understood immediately. In her world, danger could appear at any moment. Without hesitation, he moved slightly forward, offering a protective stance over the baby. The mother watched closely as Liam positioned himself between the baby and any potential threat. He did not raise his hands aggressively, nor did he make loud noises. He simply showed readiness and calm, a human mind anticipating danger before it struck. The mother's golden eyes softened slightly. She stepped closer again, this time with no tension in her body. Her gaze met Liam's directly, and for a moment, the cave felt still. The baby chirped again, pressing against the mother, and then turning slightly toward Liam. It was a small gesture, but powerful. The mother had made her choice. She lowered her head slowly, brushing Liam gently with her nose, a sign of acceptance, a gesture of familial trust in her species. Liam's heart swelled. Humans had always believed in the power of empathy, courage, and intelligence. Today, that belief had created a new family bond across worlds. "You accept me?" Liam whispered softly, half to himself, half to the mother. She emitted a low, melodic hum, a sound that resonated in the cave like a song of approval. It was the alien equivalent of saying, "You are one of us now." The baby fox chirped happily, bouncing lightly on Liam's chest. The mother nudged the baby gently, then turned her gaze back to Liam. No words were spoken, yet the understanding was complete. Liam was no longer an outsider. He was family. Over the next few hours, they explored the cave together. The mother allowed Liam to guide them to safer areas, teaching him subtle signs of danger and the ways of Valoria. The baby followed eagerly, learning from both its mother and its new human companion. Each step strengthened their bond. Each gesture of care and protection deepened the trust out as the twin moons rose high in Valoria's sky. Casting silver light across the rocky terrain, Liam realized the significance of this moment. Humans were often underestimated in the galaxy, not for lack of skill, but because their strength lay in their heart, intelligence, and ability to form connections. Today, those qualities had bridged an enormous gap between species. The mother curled around the baby, then turned slightly toward Liam. He knew they were signaling something profound. He was now a part of their little family. Not by force, not by dominance, but by showing courage, empathy, and cleverness. Liam smiled softly, holding the baby close. "I promise to keep you both safe, always." The mother responded with a gentle hum, a sound that felt like a vow in return. It was more than acceptance. It was partnership. They would face Valoria's dangers together, side by side. Humans were far from perfect, but in moments like these, their qualities shone brighter than any alien strength. The adventure was far from over, but one thing was certain. Liam had earned his place. The mother had made her decision, and now the human and the alien foxes were truly a family. In that glowing cave on a distant planet, a human had proven the essence of HFYF humanity, could create bonds, earn trust, and overcome fear through heart, intelligence, and courage. And in return, they had gained something priceless: family across the stars. Trust is earned. The cave was quiet now, except for the soft hum of glowing plants and the faint chirps of the baby fox. Liam held the little creature close, careful not to startle it, while keeping his eyes on the mother. She remained just a few steps away, her body tense but no longer threatening. Time in Valoria moved differently. Every sound, every shadow carried a hint of danger. Liam knew he had to earn the mother's trust, not just hope for it. Humans were never the strongest species, but they had one thing many others lacked: adaptability. And today, that adaptability would be his greatest weapon. He carefully set the baby down on a soft patch of moss, keeping his hands visible. "I'll leave you two alone for a moment," he said gently. "But I'll be right here if you need me." The mother's golden eyes followed every movement. She tilted her head as if studying him, then slowly circled the baby. The little creature chirped softly, nudging the mother, who responded with a soft hum. Liam realized the mother was teaching the baby a silent lesson: caution, observation, and respect. Minutes passed. Liam did not move, only watched and listened. The mother's body relaxed slightly. Her tail twitched less, and her growls faded into low hums. It was clear she was testing him, observing whether he could remain calm under pressure. Humans were unpredictable, she seemed to think. Could he be trusted? Suddenly, a rustling sound came from the cave entrance. Liam stiffened. A predator, perhaps, drawn by the baby's cries, was approaching. Without hesitation, he grabbed a small rock and threw it to create a noise in a different direction. The shadow shifted. The predator paused, then slowly retreated into the darkness. The mother's ears perked up. She looked at Liam with something Liam had never expected: respect. He had protected her child without aggression, without claiming dominance, yet the threat had been neutralized. It was clever, human ingenuity at its finest. The baby fox chirped again, and Liam smiled softly. "See? We're not here to hurt you," he whispered. "We just want to help." The mother stepped closer, cautiously at first, then slower, until she was only a few feet away from him. Liam could feel the tension ease, just a little. He remained calm, moving slowly to show he meant no harm. The alien creature sniffed the air, analyzing him, then glanced at the baby. The baby pressed itself gently against the mother, and she let out a soft Approving hummed. It was a small victory, but a significant one. The mother had not attacked. She had not fled. She had accepted his presence, even if only partially. Liam understood that trust would not come instantly. It had to be earned, step by step. For the next hour, Liam worked carefully, showing the mother that he could provide for her baby. He offered food he had collected from his pack, small energy rations that were safe for alien physiology. He showed the baby gentle attention, never forcing interaction, letting the baby approach him in its own time. Each small act mattered. Mother watched silently, her eyes sharp, her instincts always alert. But gradually, she began to mirror Liam's actions. She nudged the baby gently, observed him closely, and even tilted her head as if considering his intentions. When a sudden tremor shook the cave, a minor quake from Valoria's unstable terrain, the mother reacted instantly, scooping the baby and moving to a safer spot. Liam followed, calmly guiding them to a secure ledge. He had to think quickly, adjusting to the alien environment. The mother's eyes followed his every move, noting his intelligence and adaptability. By the end of the day, the mother allowed Liam to sit near them, no longer keeping a wide distance. The baby nuzzled against him freely. Liam felt a quiet satisfaction. Humans were not the strongest, not the fastest, but they had something rare, the ability to earn trust through courage, cleverness, and empathy. The alien mother had begun to accept him, not as a threat, but as a companion. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but Liam knew it was the first step towards something greater. As the twin moons of Valoria rose above the canyon, casting silver light into the cave, Liam whispered softly to the mother, "I promise to protect your baby, always." She responded with a soft hum, almost like a reply. In that moment, Liam realized something profound. Humans could bridge worlds not by force, but by understanding and heart. The trust was not complete, but it had been earned. And in this alien world, that was a victory worth celebrating. The adventure was just beginning, but Liam had taken the first crucial step, forming a bond that could survive any challenge Valoria had to offer. Bonding begins. The days passed slowly in the glowing cave of Valoria. Liam had settled into a routine, careful to respect the alien mother's space while keeping the baby fox safe and fed. Every move he made was observed, every gesture studied. The mother had stopped growling entirely, though her eyes remained. Watchful, intelligent, and proud, the baby fox, now more comfortable, began to explore the small ledge near the cave. Its little paws made soft tapping sounds against the rock, and its fur shimmered in the dim light. Liam smiled, watching it stumble and tumble, then spring to its feet again. Humans had long known the value of patience and gentle care. Today, that patience was building a bridge between species. The mother curled near the baby, keeping a protective eye on both of them. Liam noticed subtle changes. She would occasionally approach him, sniffing the air, then step back, observing him carefully. He understood this was her way of measuring him, testing if he could truly be trusted. "Here, try this," Liam said softly, offering a small piece of food he had prepared. The baby fox sniffed it, then cautiously ate. The mother's ears twitched, and she tilted her head as if considering the human's intentions. Liam smiled gently, showing he meant no harm. The bond began to grow slowly. Every small act of care, every moment of protection, built trust. Liam helped the baby climb a higher ledge, guiding it with steady hands. The mother watched closely, then stepped forward herself, nudging the baby gently. Liam realized it was a sign of acceptance. She was allowing him to participate in their world. But Valoria was not without danger. Outside the cave, the wind howled, through jagged cliffs, carrying the distant sounds of predators. Liam kept his senses sharp, aware that one move could bring disaster. He taught the baby to retreat to safer areas of the cave when danger approached, showing intelligence and foresight. The mother observed every move, slowly understanding that Liam's protection was not brute force, but clever strategy. He did not dominate. He guided. He did not threaten. He assisted. And with every careful action, the alien mother's suspicion lessened. One evening, a minor rock slide shook the cave's entrance. Dust and small stones tumbled down, but Liam acted quickly, lifting the baby to a safe ledge and signaling the mother to follow. She hesitated for only a moment, then moved with him. That brief moment cemented her trust the human could think fast, adapt, and protect them. Night fell on Veloria, and the twin moons cast silver light across the cave. Liam sat near the mother and baby, sharing warmth and quiet presence. The baby curled against him, purring softly, while the mother's ears twitched in approval. For the first time, Liam felt a real connection, not just with the baby, but with the alien mother as well. "See? We can help each other," Liam whispered gently. "You and your baby, safe. Me, learning from you." The mother's eyes reflected a hint of understanding. Her gaze softened, and she emitted a low, melodic hum, the alien equivalent of a sigh of contentment. It was a small victory, but meaningful. Humans had always believed in connection through understanding, courage, and empathy. Here, on a distant planet, that belief was proving true once again. The following days brought more challenges, though none as immediate as before. Liam explored the cave with the mother and baby, discovering hidden tunnels, glowing plants, and natural shelters. He pointed out safe paths, avoided dangerous areas, and taught the baby basic survival cues. The mother observed, sometimes imitating his movements, sometimes nudging the baby to follow his lead. Slowly, they became a team. Liam, the baby, and the mother moved together in harmony, each understanding the other's intentions without words. The human's cleverness, patience, and empathy had earned him a place beside them. By the end of the week, the mother allowed Liam to sit with them, sharing space closely. The baby playfully nudged him, and the mother stayed nearby, no longer tense, no longer wary. Liam had earned their trust, not through force, but through consistent, careful actions. Humans were never the strongest species, but they had something else: heart, intelligence, and the ability to form bonds across worlds. Today, that human trait had begun to bridge the gap between two very different species. As the twin moons rose high over Veloria, casting gentle light on the cave, Liam whispered softly to the mother, "We're a team now. I'll protect you. Oath, no matter what." The mother's hum was soft and approving, a sound that filled the cave with warmth. The adventure was far from over. But for the first time, Liam knew that trust had been built, bonds had been formed, and together they could face whatever dangers Veloria held. The bond had begun, and it would grow stronger with every challenge they faced together. The unexpected encounter. Captain Liam Drake had seen many planets, but none like Veloria. Its skies were painted in shades of violet and gold, with swirling clouds that reflected the light of 3 distant suns. The terrain was rugged, jagged, rocks, deep canyons, and strange glowing plants that hummed softly. Yet, despite its beauty, a sense of danger lingered in every shadow. Liam adjusted his helmet and scanned the area with his visor. He was part of an exploration team, tasked with mapping new worlds for the Interstellar Council. But today, he had decided to explore alone, drawn by reports of unusual wildlife in the northern canyon region. As he carefully navigated a narrow ridge, a faint sound reached his ears, a soft, pitiful cry. Liam froze. The sound was unfamiliar, almost alien, but it carried urgency and fear. He followed the noise down a rocky slope, moving cautiously, aware that Veloria's creatures were often unpredictable and dangerous. There, in a small crevice, between two glowing rocks, he saw a tiny creature, no bigger than a human child, trembling and trapped. Its fur shimmered like starlight, with silver streaks running through a soft blue coat. Its eyes were large and golden, reflecting both fear and intelligence. Liam's heart softened immediately. He crouched down slowly. "Hey, little one," he whispered. "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you." The creature whimpered, inching away from him. Its small claws scraped against the rock as it tried to escape, but the crevice was too narrow. Liam could see the panic in its eyes. He scanned the area, looking for what might have caused the tiny creature to flee. Suddenly, movement. Caught his eye a shadowy figure slinking along the canyon's edge. A predator, sleek, dark, and fast, with scales that reflected the dim light. Liam's heart pounded. He had seconds to act. Without hesitation, he extended a hand toward the small creature. "Trust me. Come on." The baby creature hesitated, then leaped into his arms. Liam felt its tiny body quiver, and he held it gently but firmly, shielding it from view. The predator was closer now, its glowing eyes fixed on them. Liam scanned his surroundings, looking for a safe route. A narrow ledge above offered a possible escape. He climbed quickly, careful with every step, keeping the creature close. The predator hissed, launching itself toward him, but Liam kicked a loose rock, distracting it just long enough to reach the ledge. Breathing heavily, Liam crouched behind a jagged rock, heart racing. The predator paused, scanning for any movement, then slinked back into the shadows. Liam let out a sigh of relief. The baby fox-like creature nuzzled against his chest, its small body relaxing slightly. Liam smiled. "You're safe now." The moment. But safety was fragile on Veloria. Liam knew he couldn't leave the creature alone. He scanned the area again and noticed faint tracks, larger paw prints, leading into a hidden cave nearby. His instincts told him the mother might be close. He approached the cave cautiously, holding the creature carefully. The cave's entrance was covered in glowing moss, and a soft light emanated from inside. Liam stepped in slowly. The cries of the baby echoed softly against the walls. Then he heard a low melodic growl, rich and intelligent. The baby stiffened in his arms. Liam froze. From deeper inside the cave, a figure emerged. The mother. She was enormous compared to the baby, sleek and elegant, her fur shimmering with the same starlight sheen. Her eyes, large and golden like her child's, fixed on Liam. Her posture was tense, muscles coiled, ready to strike. The cave seemed to vibrate with her presence, and Liam could feel the power radiating from her. For a moment, time seemed to stop. The predator instincts in her eyes were clear, but so was curiosity. Liam took a slow, careful step forward. I saved your baby," he said softly. "I mean no harm. Please trust me." The mother's eyes narrowed, and she emitted a low growl, a warning. Liam froze. Every explorer knew that one wrong move could mean death or worse. Yet he stood his ground, keeping his voice calm and gentle. The baby chirped softly in his arms, nuzzling against him as if trying to reassure the mother. Slowly, carefully, the mother lowered her stance slightly, watching Liam intently. Her growl faded to a low hum. Liam could feel the tension in the air, thick and electric dot. It was a moment of suspense, delicate, dangerous, and unforgettable. The first contact between human and alien parent was always uncertain. But Liam's courage and care might just be enough to turn this encounter into something extraordinary. The baby whimpered again, and Liam whispered, "You're going to be okay. I promise." The mother's eyes softened just a fraction, and, for a moment, Liam dared to hope. On Veloria, he had taken the first step toward not just saving a life, but forming a bond that could change everything. The unexpected encounter had begun. First contact, Liam stood frozen in the glowing cave, the baby fox trembling gently in his arms. The mother's eyes never left him, golden, intelligent, and fierce. Every muscle in her body was coiled, ready to strike if he made the wrong move. Liam knew one careless step could end everything. He took a slow, careful breath, lowering himself slightly to appear less threatening. "I don't want to hurt you," he said softly. "I only want to help." The mother let out a low growl, her tail flicking in tension. Liam's eyes followed her movements, noticing the way she positioned herself between him and the cave's exit. She was protective, but also curious. She had not attacked yet. That small hesitation gave Liam hope. The baby chirped softly in his arms, nuzzling against his chest. Liam smiled gently. "See? I only saved your child. Nothing more." A faint wind rustled through the cave, carrying the scent of the alien plants outside. Liam caught the faint aroma of the mother's scent, the same as the baby's. It reminded him how connected they were, how much she would fight to protect her little one. He understood instinctively. If she did not trust him, he could not leave. The cave alive. He carefully extended one hand, palm open, to show he meant no harm. "I'm not your enemy," he whispered. "Look at me. Just a human. I only want to help." The mother shifted slightly, her gaze narrowing. She sniffed the air, analyzing Liam. Her eyes flicked to the baby, then back to him. Liam could see her mind working, calculating, questioning, evaluating. He stayed perfectly still, letting her take the lead. Seconds passed, though it felt like minutes. Then, with a low, deliberate step, the mother moved closer. Liam held his breath. Every instinct screamed caution, but he did not flinch. He kept the baby close to his chest, keeping one eye on the mother at all times. The mother sniffed the air around Liam again, circling slowly. Liam could feel her intelligence. This was not a simple animal. It was as smart as any human, possibly. Smarter in some ways. Yet the mother did not attack. Instead, she paused, tilting her head as if studying him. Liam took another careful step forward, speaking softly. "You can trust me. I saved your baby. That is all I wish to do." The mother's eyes softened ever so slightly. She stepped back, giving him a small space. The tension in the cave did not vanish, but it eased. Liam exhaled quietly, letting a tiny smile form. The first contact was not hostile, not yet. That small moment felt like a victory. Then, from deeper in the cave, a faint sound echoed, a low growl from another part of the cavern. Liam's head snapped toward the sound. A shadow moved across the walls. Another predator, drawn by the baby's cries, was approaching. Without thinking, Liam shifted, positioning himself between the predator and the baby. He grabbed a small stun device from his belt and activated it, sending a pulse of energy across the cave floor. The predator hissed and recoiled, retreating back into the shadows. The mother stiffened, then stepped closer to the baby, her eyes fixed on Liam. She did not attack. Instead, she seemed to assess his courage. He had protected the baby from danger, and not through raw power alone, but through careful thought and quick action. Liam knelt slowly, keeping his hands visible. "You see? I fight to protect, not to harm," he said. The baby chirped, nuzzling closer. The mother let out a soft, low hum, almost like a sigh. For the first time, a small bond began to form. Liam could sense her hesitation, turning into curiosity. She was intelligent, cautious, and proud, but she was also capable of understanding that this human meant no harm. He stayed in that position for several minutes, letting the mother observe him. Every second mattered. Finally, she lowered her stance further, no longer threatening, but not fully trusting either. It was a fragile truce, but it was a start. Liam felt a surge of hope. Humans had always relied on courage, cleverness, and empathy to survive, and now those same qualities were bridging the gap between species. He smiled softly at the baby, who chirped back in excitement. The mother's eyes softened even more. Liam knew this was only the beginning. The bond between human and alien mother would take time, but he had taken the first critical step. Outside, the glowing plants shimmered, casting moving shadows on the cave walls. The predator had vanished, but the danger was not gone. Liam understood that Feloria's world was harsh, but humans had something unique: brains, bravery, and heart. And in this moment, those qualities had begun to earn trust in a world far from Earth. The first contact was made. The adventure had truly begun.